Hi guys, it's Sarah here from Pure Fitness Manly, and this is my first blog post baby, so I'm very excited that I'm finally getting back into it, sort of, slowly. I was wondering what might be a good topic to discuss, and something that is always brought up with my clients is the best breakfast to eat. And I know that a lot of my clients actually get up in the morning, do the boot camp or running late, get on the ferry, catch the bus, go to work, and actually don't have breakfast before they go to work. Get to work, and then they're absolutely starving, and then grab the nearest high energy dense food, which is usually really unhealthy, loaded with sugar and fat. So just wanted to discuss a few of the worst foods and what you can swap it for. Easy options, something you can have hopefully before you go to work, if not when you get to work. So the first one I wanted to talk about was the pastry, so the high energy foods like the ham and cheese croissant, which I know is a fantastic choice for those late night binges at 3 a.m. There's that great bakery in Manly that I often, I used to go to at 3 a.m. Not anymore, I don't see 3 a.m. unless I'm up feeding. So these pastries are full of fat and full of sugar. And they're high GI, so basically you eat it, you've got that feel-good hormone, you feel really happy, your energy spikes, and then half an hour later you feel like you need another coffee or something else, because it's actually, there's not much nutrients in it, so it's actually not filling you up for the 3 or 4 hours that you really need to be filled up from breakfast. So what you want to do is swap that for something else, and that could be some bread, some nice 100% whole wheat bread. So my favourite bread is the Sonoma bread, which is a sourdough, and they sell it around a little bit in Manly, and that is a really good quality bread, whole wheat bread. So you always want to check the back panel as well on the breads, because even though it might look like a wholemeal whole wheat, often it is still made of the white refined flour, so you always want to check that out. And then you can have some avocado on top of that with a squeeze of lemon or some hummus, and that's a really fantastic quick way to eat before you get to work. Okay, literally take you a few minutes to make. The next thing I wanted to talk about was cereals. So a lot of those cereals on the supermarket shelves are chock full of sugar. Probably a lot of you already know that, but it's just good to remind ourselves to check the panel to see how much sugar is actually in it. So your better choices for breakfasts are things like oats, which have hardly any sugar, maybe 3 grams. Then you've got quinoa, which is another one of my favourites that you can have for breakfast. It's got a really nice nutty flavour to it. So I often have that. Sometimes I also mix through, I've just started to mix through some cottage cheese or some protein, because the oats is more of a carb, and I find I don't actually get that full if I just have oats. So I have some cottage cheese or a good quality yogurt, and then mix through all my other little bits and pieces, and that's a really good healthy breakfast. Again, really, really easy, and if you know what you're doing, the more you practice, the better you're going to get at making these things, so you don't have to think about it. Okay, another unhealthy breakfast option that people often have is, let me just grab my notes. Okay, so milk. You'll be surprised to hear that skim milk actually has a lot more sugar in it than the whole fat milk. Okay, so next time you go to the store, have a look at the panel again and you'll see. So even though they say the skim milk is, less calories, there's actually more sugar. So I would suggest just a low fat milk. I have the A2 milk a lot of the time. I also have almond milk, which is even lower in calories, but that's not a cow's milk. So if you're wanting a cow's milk, go for more of a low-fat milk, like the A2. And just check the nutrition panel again next time you're there, and just check how much sugar is in them, and then make your choice from there. And then egg whites, or eggs, was my last one I wanted to talk to you about. So a lot of people, there's a whole thing about egg whites these days, and how the egg yolk has all the fat and the saturated fat and the cholesterol in it. Eggs is actually good cholesterol, okay? So you can actually eat 2 a day. Research has shown you can eat 2 eggs a day. And if you're just eating the whites, you're missing out on all the goodness, and you're actually not filling yourself up at all, and you're missing out on all those good nutrients, okay? So your omega-3s, which helps your digestion, and the fats in it are just excellent for you. We all need fats for the brain. The brain is made up of fat, so we need that fat. and it's also what keeps us full for longer. So if you're just going to have, say, some egg whites, you're going to be hungry again and now. I know I am. I tried the whole egg white thing and it just doesn't work for me. But if you have your 2 eggs, it's not that much more calories and it's just loaded full of all those goodness. It's probably one of the best protein foods you can have for breakfast or for lunch. And it's one of the quickest things you can do. I often in the morning, if I know I'm going to have a busy day, is chuck 2 eggs in the pot, boil them up for sort of 3 to 4 minutes, and then I can chuck them in the fridge for later. And it's a perfect snack to have on the run. Yes, it might smell a bit, but oh well, that's just too bad. You know, it's just a really good one to have in the afternoon. So yeah. So hopefully I've given you some alternative suggestions and shed just a little bit of light. I don't want to go on too much. I want to just, I'll wrap it up now. But if you have any questions or anything, please feel free to comment below, and I'll be sure to get back to you. Otherwise, enjoy the rest of your day. Thanks.